Is up, Gerard Nation? It's your host, Gerard. Vlog discussion number 8. Let's go. So, obviously, we are in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. Down south is Hollywood. And this week's readings, the main message I got is how, like, Hollywood dives into different and realistic topics. And as a result of that, it affects the public perception about these topics. So obviously you got your superhero movies, your old west movies, but Hollywood has recently begun to talk about like real life scenarios and different types of topics that can actually happen in real life, such as like world destruction and government surveillance, similar to the book 1942, A Totalitarian Society. World destruction, sci-fi. There's been a lot of fake rumors that the world is gonna end, but obviously the world is still spinning. So I'm gonna give an example about sci-fi films in Hollywood. So in Sontag's Imagination of Disaster, Sontag he talks about like how like sci-fi films specifically how they talk about destroying the world or destroying big cities can happen due to natural disasters, and like movies like San Andreas comes to mind because that's shot in California and one of the main scenes is in San Francisco because when that big earthquake comes, San Francisco's gone. Same thing with Godzilla. I don't know why they like to destroy San Francisco. Godzilla destroys San Francisco. What do they get into our city? Like you can destroy New York, you can destroy LA, you can destroy Chicago, but no, San Francisco. And obviously, especially when these movies are done to like their main effect, like these these movies will really get people thinking in the back of their minds, like, oh my god, that's a legitimate possibility because, for example, California, we haven't had that big earthquake that's supposed to be coming. We haven't had it yet, and God knows how all this like new and old infrastructure is gonna hold up because when that big earthquake comes, it might happen. And look what happened in the San Andreas movie. That thing ripped California in half. So obviously, like people, because of these movies, people are more scared of like natural disasters, even though like we're we become more prepared for them as the years go on. But Hollywood, it's got a big pull and interest. And another topic about sci-fi is like aliens, and how aliens and zombies and how they're gonna take over the world and how like the aliens are watching us and one day they're just gonna plan their attack, or there's another creature out there that's secretly waiting for like one thing and whatnot. So that's the sci-fi side of it, and I'm gonna talk about like the more totalitarian side of it, like mass surveillance type side of it, in as in Willie Osterwell's Hollywood's love affair with surveillance. He talks about movies that have explored government surveillance, mass government surveillance, and how like this like society would look. So movies like Her, Captain America, RoboCop, they all of those have explored like the idea of mass surveillance in a society and how the citizens will change the way they act, but in their homes they're completely different, but they don't even know that in their homes the government has planted like listening devices in their TV to see like, oh, if you're saying something bad, they're gonna get you, and the people who you think your friends and your family, they'll go against you because of the government. So it's the whole thing is crazy. But yeah, because of Hollywood, people are starting to think about like these topics because obviously Hollywood is a movie, and especially when the movie is good, people will be thinking about like the topics that have been like displayed in these movies like a lot more. And yeah, it just shows like how because of Hollywood, people start thinking about this more. And I want to go to like how the movie consumption has changed over the years because although or back then we had a lot of like, oh, let's go to the movies, let's watch a movie, let's go to the movies. Now it's a, hey, you want to watch a movie? Okay, you get on the couch. You don't have to drive to your movie theater. You don't gotta buy a ticket because you already paid for the ticket. basically every month because of these all these new streaming services. And yeah, it just it just shows how like our society is changing, and how Hollywood has to like adapt to like what is being trendy at this certain point in time. So yeah, have a good morning, afternoon, night. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite movie snack? Ah, it's a good question. I know it. I'll catch you later. Toodaloo.